Hi, I am Liz Bird of Liz Bird Fine Homes in Manhattan Beach, and I'm here with my dear colleague, Jim Van Zanten of the Van Zanten Group. So Jim, we were talking about a couple of things earlier. I'd love to know, why do you think somebody should invest in real estate instead of the stock market?
Well, it's a good question, but I actually think you need to invest in both. Some people have an innate understanding of real estate. Other people have an innate understanding of the stock market. I have both, but they appreciate, those markets appreciate at different rates at different times.
Okay.
And so, in my opinion, you need them both. Now, some people consider real estate to be a passive investment. It's not. It requires more management. But it can be a very good investment, as we all know. I just spoke to a client who bought a beach duplex in 1980, and based on the current value, it has appreciated 4,800%.
4,800?
Yes. So that's a Warren Buffett return.
How would somebody get started doing that, though? I mean, anybody can log in to start buying stocks, but how would somebody actually get started investing in real estate?
Well, that's a great question as well. Real estate takes more capital. So I recommend, if you don't have a lot of capital, that you partner with people that have more capital than you.
Okay.
And then ultimately, I've been into a lot of partnerships, and then ultimately I like to buy out the partners and have the entire property. But it's a great way to get started. And, there's people with a lot of money that don't understand real estate. And if you want to be the ignition point to make it happen, then, and if you're going to manage the property, then you can carve out a little bit larger percentage of the profits for yourself.
Oh, that's interesting. So if you were advising somebody who was going to work with some other people and invest, and you shared this with me before, but I'd love for you to also share the knowledge about where would you start investing first? I mean, would it be in Texas where everybody's moving to Austin, or, how would you decide where to start looking for real estate?
Well, you want to be local, okay? Not Los Angeles. You want to be, I like beach properties, okay? So the beach properties are guaranteed to increase in value.
Guaranteed?
They appreciate between 5 and 10% per year for the last 40 years.
Oh, and Los Angeles doesn't necessarily follow the same
Los
trend?
Angeles has more tenant issues and more regulations. I'm not fond of those regulations.
Got it.
So you can skip a lot of that overhead and regulation by staying in the beach community. You might want to start with a small property like a duplex or something of that sort. And I recommend the higher income areas because you don't have, you skip the tenant issues, okay?
The quality of tenants?
Yes, you get tenants with higher FICO scores,
Okay.
and you have less problems. So sometimes when people buy property and they have tenant problems, then they sour on real estate investments. But do not allow tenants in your property that don't have sterling credit.
Got it. That's a good bit of wisdom. Jim, I was having coffee with a friend a couple weeks ago, and they've started investing in real estate, but they've avoided the beach cities because of the expense compared to an area like San Pedro or Lomita. How would you advise people like that? Because I think it's a little bit different than the strategy you've had over the decades.
Well, like I said, the beach areas are harder to get into, but the returns are greater. So, you won't find me in Hawthorne or, I mean, you could do an investment. There's a lot of considerations. You have to think about the quality of the property and the neighborhood it's in. but typically speaking, you're going to realize a much greater return on Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach, Redondo Beach, Palos Verdes than if you go with the inland areas that are lower income.
And you also like El Segundo, I believe.
I love El Segundo. El Segundo is got a lot of Fortune 500 companies headquartered in it. The employees there are highly paid, and they pay on time, and it's very easy to rent properties in El Segundo.
Okay.
So that's what you want.
So something interesting that I've seen that you've done over the course of your investing is you've developed a management company, property management.
Yes.
Was there a critical mass that it took to get to that point, or tell us about your strategy there?
Well, it was one of the smartest things I've done is I started a management company, and amazingly, I can manage my properties and they will actually return my phone calls. Okay. So this
Nice.
is, it works very well. And then later on, they asked me if they could take on other properties, and I said yes. And now we're managing approximately 500 units.
Oh, wow.
So, but it's very useful to a first name basis with your property manager, and they get to know what you want, and you get to understand how they operate, and that's important.
Responsiveness.
Yes,
Yes.
and I think that's something that you like too, don't you?
Yes, I don't like to have to chase people around
Yes,
and get things done for my
I'm
clients.
just guessing that's you.
Well, Jim, this has been so much fun this morning. I've learned a lot. And for anybody watching, if you found this informative, you can always reach out to Jim Van Zanten for questions, or myself, and we'll stay in touch.
We're here and we're active.